Hello, everyone. Today is December 8th, 2025, and here is the news that you can use. Just a reminder, the Exchange Weekly newsletter drops today. While the Exchange Daily keeps you current, the Exchange Weekly goes deep. This week's edition analyzes the federal and state AI governance fight and what it means for your compliance roadmap, or why data centers are hitting physical and financial limits from Pennsylvania. The Technology Modernization Fund's December 12 funding cliff, and how Chinese state actors exploited React 2 shell within 48 hours of disclosure. The Exchange Weekly contains over 10,000 words of analysis connecting the dots across AI policy, infrastructure, modernization, and security. The Exchange Weekly is free for subscribers through the end of December. Subscribe at tie.matora.solutions. That's tie.matora.solutions. Today's Exchange Daily Rundown centers on how AI risk is moving from theory into courtrooms and contracts, how national labs and platforms are building concrete AI infrastructure, and how the threat landscape is shifting with deepfake impersonation, critical framework flaws, and yet another high-impact ransomware case in healthcare. If you are a technology or security leader, this is a snapshot of the decisions that will shape your architectures, your governance models, and your next round of board conversations. We start with a lawsuit that every enterprise AI team should be watching. The New York Times is suing Perplexity AI, claiming that the company copied and republished millions of times articles without permission and even hallucinated stories while displaying Times branding. In practice, this case is less about one startup and more about where courts will draw lines around scraping, paywalls, and the way AI systems package answers instead of links. For CIOs, CTOs, and CISOs, the takeaway is simple. You need a documented position on training data provenance, robots.txt compliance, and how your systems use licensed or internal content. You also need a plan for takedowns and corrections when a model gets it wrong in a way that could harm customers, partners, or your own brand. Staying with AI but turning to the federal science complex, the Department of Energy has officially switched on the AMP2 platform at Pacific Northwest National Laboratory. This is an AI-enabled, largely autonomous biotech lab for microbial research that DOE is presenting as an early flagship of the Genesis Mission National AI Science Agenda. In real terms, AMP2 shows what an AI factory looks like in a regulated, high-assurance environment, where robotic platforms, AI models, and human scientists work together. For leaders in research-heavy industries, this is your blueprint for connecting AI models to physical systems, lab automation, and compliance workflows. It also sets expectations for vendors that want to sell into these environments, around access controls, logging, and data residency. From federal labs to national platforms, ServiceNow is making a Canadian $110 million bet on AI infrastructure for Canada's public sector. The company is committing to Canadian-hosted AI-ready infrastructure, a new Canada Centre of Excellence, and roughly 100 new high-skill roles to support government adoption of AI. The message to global CIOs is that sovereign AI is not just marketing language. Governments are starting to demand concrete commitments about where data and models live, how telemetry is handled, and how shared responsibility works when AI is built into a platform. If you are renewing or negotiating a platform contract, this is the moment to push for explicit language on data residency, AI control planes, and incident transparency. Our Monday AI Market Maker Spotlight today goes to Imper.ai, a New York-based startup that just came out of stealth with $28 million in funding to fight AI-driven impersonation. Imper's pitch is a real-time defense layer that sits across collaboration, video, voice, and chat tools, scoring interactions for impersonation risk using identity, device behavior, and content signals. For CISOs and fraud leaders, this raises an important architectural question. Where do you want that detection logic to live, and how will it integrate with your existing identity stacks and help desks? It is one thing to train staff on deepfake awareness. It is another to instrument the systems that move money and data so that a single convincing phone call or video is no longer enough to bypass controls. Shifting to software risk, the React 2 shell vulnerability, tracked as C5E2025-TAC55182, is a critical remote code execution flaw in React server components with a maximum CVSS score of 10. Because it affects server-side React and popular frameworks like Next.js under default configurations, many modern web and AI front-ends are exposed even if teams do not think of themselves as running React on the server. This is exactly the kind of issue that CISA's known exploited vulnerabilities catalog is meant to flag. For your organization, it is a test of whether you can quickly identify where these frameworks are used, push patches, and confirm that your providers have done the same. It also reinforces the need for software bills of materials, automated dependency discovery, and clear ownership of shared frameworks that often sit in a gray area between infrastructure and application teams. We close today with yet another reminder that ransomware is still grinding away, especially in healthcare. The Lockbit 5.0 group has listed Insight Hospital and Medical Center in Chicago on its leak site, threatening to publish stolen data and potentially adding operational disruption on top of privacy harms. Reporting so far suggests the familiar pattern of data theft, extortion, and uncertainty about service impacts while investigations continue. For health system leaders, and frankly for any organization holding regulated data, this case should prompt a fresh look at your readiness for a long-tail, high-impact ransomware event. That means realistic tabletop exercises, segmented clinical and administrative networks, clear backup and recovery plans, and candid discussions with the board about how much downtime and data loss your current architecture would truly tolerate. That's the exchange for today. Remember, inspect what you expect. You are interested in how this newscast is created or want more information about how to be a part of it, contact podcasts@matorasolutions.com. That's podcasts with an S at matorasolutions.com. Have a great week and look for the Exchange Weekly later this afternoon.